So we're into December now and approaching the winter solstice in a couple of weeks. Things are getting darker in here as well. We seem to be missing half of our lights. System isn't working the way we would hope it would all the time. Things break down. Samsara, it's a place where things break down. And that includes what we think of as us, our bodies, our minds, just like fluorescent light bulbs that kind of start to fade and flicker and then turn off. We recited the 32 parts of the body this morning as our closing chant, and last evening at tea time had a good long discussion about using the contemplation of the 32 parts of body contemplation in general as one of our tools in our meditation practice. And it's really a good reflection for a lot of different reasons. And just to reflect on how, the body itself, is always kind of trying to keep itself going, and things are pretty much constantly within the body breaking down, fading out, regenerating, having a period of time and then passing away. The cells in the body are just constantly dying and replacing themselves. Even the most long-lived parts of the body, I think, if I remember right, the statistic is they're constantly regenerating to the point where nothing in your body is the same as it was 7 years ago. It's a complete changeover when you take into account the ones that last the longest. In the, I think it's in the Girimananda Sutta, there's a long list of all the different kinds of, not all of them by any means, but many of the different kinds of things that can go wrong with the body, various illnesses. Just sort of as a recitation to remind ourselves of this constant process, and that, we think that when we get sick, or say when viruses come in and take over our cells, or bacteria or other pathogens, or we think that that's something that's quote unquote wrong. They come in, they hijack our cellular processes, use them for their own replication, regeneration, and then in the process they destroy the cells, and we think of that as something that is wrong, or something that is something that shouldn't be happening to my body. And of course we take measures to deal with it. But it's certainly from the from the standpoint of the virus or the bacteria, nothing's going wrong there. They're having a great time. It's all going perfectly right for them. So it depends on whose perspective you're kind of trying to take, and all these various organisms that live in the body, they don't have a sense that they're, robbing somebody else of something. It's their body just as much as it's our body. They use it in the same way that we use it for their own benefit, whatever that is. So, it's not going wrong for them. Just to kind of take that perspective, that's what the 32 parts reflection is all, part of what it's all about, is to kind of disentangle this sense of ownership, which implies some sense of ultimate control, and we just have to step back and kind of deconstruct our sense of who it is that owns this body, or what it is that owns this body. And realize that there really isn't an owner. Consciousness occupies a certain space and time, for a while in this thing that has its lifespan, arises, persists for a number of years, if we're lucky, and then passes away according to the laws of nature. And only a modicum of control about how that process goes. So just allowing that perception to grow and realize that it's not who we are. We don't have control. It's not ours to rely on. So we turn our attention to those things that we can rely on, developing the good qualities and the peaceful qualities and all the things that will carry on beyond the demise of this body and take us into whatever our experience is the next time around, unless we are able to realize with so much deep wisdom that we don't need to keep doing this, and we discover all the factors that are keeping us locked into this constant arising and passing, and learn to see them with wisdom and let them go, to the point where there's the complete letting go, and that process just ceases into stillness and peace, cooling. So just constantly reflecting, 32 parts, elements, asking ourselves, what's our true refuge? True refuge is in the knowing of all of this, and the sense of relinquishment, and turning ourselves over to practicing Dhamma, developing skillful good qualities that will carry us through until we are able to completely relinquish, let go, and enjoy the peace of non-becoming. So offer that for this morning's reflection.